Hi, everyone, and welcome to my podcast. Today, as I gear up to talk more and more about burnout and productivity in the upcoming months, I wanted to talk about a the ideal week schedule. You've all heard of that. You make an ideal week of what you'd like to do on a particular day. And I have a twist on that I've been testing out and really, especially when it comes to burnout, life is too short, being productive, etc. I have a different vision for it, and I would love for you to try it and keep me posted on it to see if it's working for you, as it's working for me, and helping me get out of burnout, be more productive, and enjoying life with the people that are here currently. So, normally when you start this, you do an ideal week, meaning what would you like to do? You still have your work restraints, so you'd put work in there, any commitments, etc. What I'm calling it is the dream week. So in a perfect world where no money, no anything was an issue, how would you want your weeks to look? So this is super simple. Get into a Google Sheet and just put times from when you wake up. So if you wake up at 5, you start at 5. And you could do the half hour or hour, either way, breakdown of a box. Google them. I'm sure there's people that have already done it for you. And then go to sleep. So not counting your sleeping hours. And some of you work night shifts, so your sleeping hours may be during the day. So don't put your sleeping hours on it. So you don't need 24 hours, when you sleep. So in a perfect world, dream world, when would you sleep? Okay, perfect. In a dream world, I would sleep 10 to 6. That does not happen for some reason. I have issues of waking up too early. I don't know what's going on. But that would be my dream world, 10 to 6. So I'm going to start with my sleep. In a normal ideal week, what do you hit next? Your work. But no, we're not doing that. We're having a dream week. We're going to talk about, how we can either take our current job and maybe mold it a little bit to more what we want our dream week to be, or maybe see how it would be if we had our dream job and we left the corporate world or left our current job, etc. So with the dream week, you want to get your priorities straight. For me, it's going to be God first. So the next thing after sleep, just because we don't want the boxes on there, not that sleep is more important than God, but I'm going to take God. What do I want my time? So I'm going to put church in, and I'm going to put my Bible study in. So we go to church on Saturdays currently because they just started doing Saturday service. Super excited about that. So Saturday from 4:30 to 6:30, getting to church, going to church, coming home is church. So I'm going to mark off 4:30 to 6:30 in that time is my church. Then I try to do a Bible time each morning. Ideally, I want to do that between 6 and 7 every morning. So I'm going to put Bible time 6 to 7 every morning. That's what I want to do. On Sundays, I don't want to do it at 6. I maybe want to do it around 10. So 10 to 11 on Sundays would be my Bible time. Saturday with family, again, not wanting to do it at 6, but I'm not sure when I'm going to do that. So I'm going to put it 8 to 9. So sometime in the day, but we'll start it there. This isn't perfect. Ideally, you just want to say, hey, if I had the time to choose when I do things, this would be it. So next on your perfect would be my health. So currently I'm not working out. It's something I'm trying to add into my dream week. So let's see, if in a perfect world, there's a class I'd love to take that's 9 to 10. So I'm going to put 9 to 10 Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Thursdays, I will be, in the next 90 days, will be coaching my son's soccer team. So Thursdays, I'll be up. That's my exercise that day. I'm running around after a bunch of one-year-olds. Oh my, that'd be horrible. First graders. So I'm going to put in Thursday afternoon from 4 to 6 is my soccer practice. So that will be my exercise for that week. Tuesday, just not going to worry about it. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to go to that perfect exercise class that I've been wanting to go to from 9 to 10. Sundays, we're going to go to a pool and swim as a family. And Saturday, wherever the wind blows us, it's cold here, so it's hard to do activities. Because again, I'm thinking of the next 90 days. How do I want to, have my ideal week the next 90 days? I forgot to mention that at the very beginning. So pause, revert. It's a 90-day plan. So for the next 90 days, what does my dream week look like? So right now I'm going to leave Saturdays open. Not sure. Since it's about my health and me, in fact, instead of working out on Saturdays, I'm going to take a bath and read a book for an hour. So I'm probably going to get up and do that first thing after my Bible studies. So 9 to 10 on Saturdays is bath time. a book for an hour. I'm just going to veg out in the bath and read a beautiful book that I don't always get to read. My bathroom usually isn't that busy on Saturday mornings. Kids are not either up or they're out doing things already. My kids get up somewhat early. Family. So if you're married, next would be your spouse. So, or if you're dating, something like that. So spouse, I would like to have a date night once a week. Now, in a perfect world, that would be us going out, but it doesn't always happen. So the kids usually like to have a movie night on Fridays or Saturdays, or both nights. So we'll do family movie night on Friday, but since I'm just talking to my spouse, I'm going to say Saturday nights are for us. So the kids are busy watching a movie. We're going to go and hang out in another room and watch our own movie or play games, something like that. So after church on Saturdays, get the kids settled, from like 8 to 10 is us to have an in-house date night. So from 8 to 10, that's that. Then I would love to have a coffee date with my husband, and I would love to do that on Wednesdays, let's say from 9 to 11. We're going to go to a coffee shop. We're going to put our phones away, chat, play games, whatever we want to do from 9 to 11. So spouse time, 9 to 11 on Wednesdays, and then a date night on Saturdays. Obviously, occasionally we would be able to go out and do dinner, but and I did say to think about no budget or anything, stuff like that. So I've been doing this for a while, so I've already kind of narrowed it down. But let's say Saturday, whatever it is, we're going to go out on a date night, whether it's at home, whatever. Because we're in a dream week, I forgot. So those are going to, we're going to go to coffee. We're going to go Saturday night to have 2 hours to ourselves from 8 to 10 at a bar, restaurant, at our house, wherever we want to go. Next is kiddos. If you have children, or if you would like to spend more time with your nieces, nephews, whatever it is, maybe you help out with a neighbor kid, whatever it is, children, if this is high on your list, it's next on my list. So I want to spend time with my children. So I want to take them to school and pick them up from school every day. They do go to aftercare, which works for my schedule, but it doesn't matter to me. They love it, so I'm not going to pick them up early. So some of you might be like, I want to pick them up exactly so they don't have to go to aftercare. Mine enjoy going to aftercare, and so I will let them have that fun. So I'm going to take them to school every day, which means I leave my house at 8:30 and to take them to school. So 8:30 to 9, taking kids to school. Picking them up from 4:30 to 5. That's when I'm picking my kids up. So put all that time in. And then Saturday, I want to, in the weekend, I kind of want to have open to them. So Saturday and Sunday, I'm not going to worry about, scheduling any work because I'm doing kid stuff. All day Saturday, all day Sunday, it's me and my family time. I'm not going to budge from that. That's family time. Again, dream week. Then I've got exercise that this is, and then friends. So we want to have a weekly get together with friends, whether it be small group or going out to dinner with friends. So every Tuesday night of every week, 2 nights a week or 2 times a month, we have small group, and the other 2 nights we want to do something with our friends on a Tuesday night. So we're going to leave that time open to have a game night at our house, call a friend, whatever it is. That's going to be our friend time to have fun. And hang out. And then occasionally on a Saturday, we'll hang out with friends. So if we do, I want to move our date night to Tuesdays. So I've got all the things filled in. Oh, wait, but there's more. Do you have side hustles or fun things you want to do? So I have my podcast. So on Sunday afternoons, the kids usually tend to play. So I'm going to do my podcast editing. What? Who am I kidding? I never edit, but maybe I will someday. I'm going to do my podcast editing, putting it, uploading, etc. Sundays for an hour. So 1 to 2 on Sundays while the kids are having their own fun thing. I'm not avoiding them. I'm going to do that. On Fridays, I'm going to take the day off work because I'm just not going to work on Fridays. I want to do my side hustle. I want to take some, time away from work, be less stressed. So Fridays, I'm going to record my podcasts and YouTube videos for planning, etc. So that's on Friday. So that's my side hustle. And then, I want to Monday evenings spend 2 hours scrapbooking. I want to have a plate. I'm going to make a place to have all my stuff laid out, and I'm going to spend 2 hours from 7 to 9 scrapbooking every Monday. And then I also want to do a puzzle once a week. So Saturday for an hour to let's do 2 hours from 1 to 3. Again, kids are probably settled. They're playing outside. They don't need my undivided attention all day long. So between 2 and 3 or 1 and 3 on Saturday, I'm doing a puzzle. Okay, so I've got my activities, I got my health, all of that. And you don't have to get, like, sometimes I want to get my nails done. Okay, well, that's fine. I can plan for that. But just really get the gist of between, kind of your priorities in life. So, God, significant other, children, side hustles, friends, activities you enjoy doing, all of that. And again, I'm doing the next 90 days, which puts us into about end of May. So, beginning of June. Then my 90 days for summer is going to be totally different because A, it's going to be warm, kids will be out of school, so my schedule looks totally different. And that's why I only have you do it 90 days because, I might do more exercise because I can get outside, where now it's cold, rainy, snowy. You never know what it's going to be. So that's why that 90-day mark is so important. So I have my dream week. Okay, looks awesome. I don't even work apparently in my dream week. Maybe Monday through Thursday I work around coffee dates and all that. So yes, in my dream work, I would go with what's left. Okay, so Wednesday after those coffee dates, I'm going to work. So let's say I get to work, I'm going to work 11 to 4 because I got to pick up my kids at 4:30. So I'm going to work 11 to 4 on Wednesdays. I'm going to take Fridays off. Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, I will work 9 to 4. Not a bad schedule, but that's my dream week. Obviously, you can go really dream week and you don't work at all. But I don't mind working. I enjoy working. So that to me was part of my dream week, whether eventually it be in, continuing the family business. Maybe it's my side hustle goes full time and I would do that more. But those are the times I set aside for work. I didn't get too particular in what kind of work. But if I was working, those are the hours I would kind of want to work. Now, you got your dream week done. Next, so sorry, I should have told you also before you do this, make copies of that. If you get a freebie from somebody that does, the time blocking, or if you make one, make 3 right away. Label them dream week, current week, and then visionary week. So current week is the typical ideal week. So your current week is going to be like, this is the time I sleep. This is the time I go to work. This is the time I spend with my spouse, God, children. Go through all the same things you did in your dream week, but this is what is current. So if you're not working out, you don't put that on your current week. This is like literally how my week goes as of right now for the next 90 days. What is a typical week? Again, you're going to have weeks where you have certain things, but I try to pick the weeks that seem to be the most complex, that I would need to make the most changes on. So if you have a week, like the first week is really slow, but then the second week you have all these things going on, pick that as your current week, whatever your busiest one is, so you can kind of see like at your busiest what you can and can't affect. So you would fill that out with your current week. I don't want to say ideal here because it's not your ideal week. This is what you were actually doing. So you have your dream week now and you have your current week. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a visionary week. So visionary week is, vision is thinking about or planning the future with imagination and wisdom. So your current week, you can go on with forever and of time. But that's where we're getting burnout. That's where we're getting like lackluster and life isn't seeming fun and we're here for such a short time. Do you want your current week to be the rest of your life? Probably not. Some of you are already nailing it, loving your current week, which is your dream week. Awesome. Keep it going. Give us some tips on how to get there. But for your visionary week, I want you to really think about things you can do. So if you are your own boss, this is a little bit easier because you can take the time to say, okay, if I were not to work on Fridays, which I just did this year, is the world going to fall apart? No. What it did for me is I actually still work a little bit on Fridays just because I enjoy working, especially when I'm not at work with the fires coming at you all the time. It's allowed my staff to step up and make decisions. I have a great staff. They've been making decisions without me. And so it's a great way for them, especially for younger employees, to make decisions on their own. If you're not right there, that they can constantly ask how to do this, they will have to be forced to make decisions. So allow my staff to be forced to make decisions. I still end up working and do fun projects that give me joy, and even some harder projects that I just was procrastinating on. All of a sudden at home, I'm like, I can bust that out real quick. So that's what it did for me taking Fridays off. Now, I have found I can't take every Friday off because there's been a lot of Mondays off at the beginning of the year, and that was too many days I got behind on work. But taking Friday off, I still do any meetings I have on Friday. I have one recurring meeting, but it's worked really well. And those days, I take my kids to school and I pick them up. In theory, it doesn't always work that way, but that's kind of Friday. So I am in my, dream week, I was going to take Fridays off. So in my visionary week, I'm going to take Fridays off. I still have a 10:30 meeting every Friday. I don't want to miss. I can miss it. I don't want to. So let me get the words right there. So I go to that meeting, and then the rest, and I can take my kids to school and I can pick them up that day. So that hits all those wanting on that one day. I kind of started backwards. Who knows why? That's me. So on Friday, I can take the day off. I was able to arrange my schedule so that I don't need to work on Friday. I have that one meeting and then take things off. And then the rest of that day, I have open to coffee dates with friends, filming podcasts, and just generally anything else for me. So that would be a perfect day to get my nails done, take a nap, whatever, read, whatever my body and mind is needing. That's my Friday. I was able to figure it out. Now, I had Wednesdays doing the coffee date with my husband. I thought would be really awesome. That has to go to Fridays because on Wednesdays, I have 2 standing meetings that are on 10 a.m. for an hour. And then once a month, I have an 8:30 to noon meeting. So I can't cancel those. So instead of doing a shorter coffee time, which would have been another option, but I don't want to shorten the time. I want a good 2 hours. I'm going to move it to Friday. So we'll take the kids to school, go to a coffee shop, I'll do my thing, and then my husband goes to work. Again, very flexible schedules, very grateful for that. So that worked on Wednesdays. All right, Monday is fine. I'm working 9 to 4. Tuesdays, I'm working 9 to 4:30. And Wednesdays, I'm going to work 9 to 5 because my husband has that day off. And so he's going to take the kids to school and pick them up. So Wednesday, I'm not doing that. And Thursday, again, 9 to 4. So I work 4 days a week, some days till 5, some days not. And I was found by doing that, that I can take my kids and pick them up. So my husband and I, since we both work 30 minutes from where we live, we can carpool on many days. So several of the days we will carpool. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, we carpool. It gives us great time to talk to my husband in the car, or we listen to a podcast together. We're both being able to pick up and drop off our kids, which is a fun experience and fun to see them go to school, pick them up, hear all about their day before we get home and they, are gone doing fun things. So that's been awesome to do that. And I was able to do my schedule because I own or run my family's business. So I can do that. I get the privilege there. But if you are an owner, I really urge you to step back and push yourself to take some time off because you need it. And your staff needs the ability to do what they're doing on their own without you hovering over them. You will find your staff tends to be more productive, starts asking better questions because they're actually trying to figure it out themselves. So it's a really good time. Now, for those of you who I work at Fred Meyer at a grocery store, or I work at a job where I literally have to be there for certain hours, really combine those schedules and really look for an opportunity where you can do something. So, have you ever asked your boss for different hours? A lot of times we assume we can't do something yet we've never asked. Could you say, hey, I can work longer this day if I could just have Wednesday afternoons off? I want to pick up my kid. They get out of school early. I want to spend the afternoon with my kid. Is there any way I can do that? Have you tried seeing if someone doesn't care about Wednesday afternoon and trading shifts? So often we assume it can't be done, but have you really tried? Have you called your boss? Have you checked with other coworkers? Have you, all those things that you can do to kind of fit your dream week into your visionary week? If not, that is what it is. And that is your visionary week for right now. It's not your dream week, but it's your visionary week. This is the week for the next 90 days you're going to deal with. So if it's something that you don't want, this is where you can take that visionary week and go, okay, I don't want this for the rest of my life. This is the best of the two. I mean, it's better than my current week because I'm going to switch some other things around in a second. But if you're stuck with the fact that I can't change my work schedule, there's 2 things to think about. A, we'll talk about in a minute. Next, how can I just still do all the things I want to do? Number 1. Number 2, is it a sign for me to change careers, change jobs, get another part-time job and work this one, 2 part-time jobs is basically what I'm trying to say. There's other ways to do it. You just have to take a little bit out of your comfort zone by asking the boss first if you can do this. And a lot of times you can even go to your boss and say, hey, can we try it for 2 weeks to see how their job is affected, how maybe because you are getting that extra time off, you're actually working more efficiently because you're having time to relax and do things with your family. You don't feel like you're stuck away from everything. Being away from your family, etc., why they do fun events. You're missing soccer games with your children. Some of you work weekends, all those things. So whatever you can do, ask your boss. Just ask. What's the worst thing happen? They're going to say no. And then all you know is, sweet, got that checked off my list. Go back to the drawing board. Try switching shifts with someone every once in a while, saying, hey, maybe they don't mind working to the evening and they'd rather have a morning off. You're like, I can do mornings. I have nothing going on in the morning. Look at switching. So with that, with that visionary week, the best work schedule you can get is what your visionary work week is. Now, you've got that down. Let's say you really can't change your schedule much. You've asked your boss, he said no, but he's going to think about it. That's good. You've asked any coworkers, they're all setting their schedules for the next 90 days. Nope, no one can switch. Okay, so you got your work down. So you got your sleep and your work. There's still a lot of hours. Unless you're working 60, 70 hours a week, even 80, there's still a ton of hours. When I first did the ideal week practice, I was shocked at how many hours I actually had left once I'd done sleep and once I'd done work. So in your visionary week, you're gonna have whatever your sleep is, and then whatever your work is, whether you've been able to alter it for the next 90 days or whether it is what it is. So next, go back to all those things. Okay, so I know when I work and I know when I don't work, and I know when I sleep and when I don't sleep. So when can I fit time for God in? When can I fit time for my spouse? When can I fit time for my children? For myself. You still have to include yourself. This is very important because you, mostly as women, for those of the women watching, we output. We're constantly putting out all of our energy and all of our focus onto others, and we have none coming in. So we need to make sure we have some in time. So when are you doing the things that you enjoy doing? So to recap a little bit, you have your dream week, which is sky's the limit. This is how you want to live. Like, again, no money's money's not an issue. You don't have time constraints. It's your dream week, not an ideal week, dream week. And then current week is what you're currently doing today. How your weeks look out, when you work, when you sleep, when you do all the things. And if you don't currently have a God time, if you don't have time with your spouse, if you don't have time with your children or for yourself, don't put that in your current week. Your current week is literally, if you were vegging out because you were overwhelmed and stressed and you're watching 3 hours of TikTok at night, ignoring your family because you're just trying to survive, put that in there. It really helps to see how you're spending your time and where you can find more time. Then your visionary week is the vision for the next 90 days. You're excited about it because it may not be your dream week, but it's not your current week. You've taken the current week, done it up a notch. Could be an ideal week, but I like visionary because we're wanting to vision a new life, a new week, a new way of doing things where we ask for days off, where we ask for shift changes, whatever it is. So those are the three we do: dream, current, and visionary weeks. I've been doing it for a while, and it really has changed my attitude. My burnout level is so low right now, and I'm in a high burnout job. But because I have not put the pressure on, I have to be at my desk at 9 a.m., then if something pops up in my visionary week, I'm like, perfect, I'll go do that. Like this Monday, I have to meet at the kids' school for a fundraising thing. Perfect. I have no set time in my job. I have to be there at some point I don't have to be there, but I need to do work at some point during the day. But I have that in my visionary schedule to be like, I want to allow those things. I want to be able to do the things with my children that I can do and that I'm very privileged to have the job to do. So I do understand that. If you have any questions about any of these weeks that we went over, you're struggling, message me, private message me. I would love to help you get it set. And then if you're at the point where maybe you're thinking, hey, I might want to take that leap. I don't want to be in my current week the rest of my life. I want to set up some goals, planning. I'd love to work with you. Message me and we could set up a 15-minute time to talk to see if I would be a good fit to help you get those goals and get your visionary week set. All right, guys, thanks so much. Take care.